just thought, okay, bedtime stories. But now, I realized something crazy. Those stories, those circles, and those rituals, that was their school and also their search engine. That means tradition was literally their education technology. And that's made me wonder, if tradition once functioned as education, what about today? Fast forward to now, we know that kids can swipe faster than adults can blink. They learn quickly, but forget just as quickly. So the real question is, how do we bring back the depth of learning without losing the speed of technology? Because ladies and gentlemen, it's more than just a personal issue, it's global. According to the World Conservation Union, there were about 6,000 of cultures in the world. And where do most of them live? Right here in Indonesia. So when we talk about tradition, we're not talking about something outdated or irrelevant. We're talking about the majority of human civilization. And that civilization led me to my idea. I call it tradition as living heritage. And here's how, in 3 steps. The first one is decode. Find the learning pattern inside tradition. For example, Musyawarah Desa teach collaboration. The second is recode. Translate those patterns into learning model or media tool powered by technology. For example, Musyawarah Desa can inspire a digital cooperative learning model using online platform. And the last one is upload. Bring the digital tradition back into classroom so students can learn quickly, globally, and yet reminded to their identity. And then what we got? Tradition isn't frozen in museum. It's become a living software and evolving with us. So ladies and gentlemen, as we're looking toward Indonesia Emas 2045, the question isn't whether to pick tradition or technology, because the real breakthrough will come when we use them. So thank you very much.